Now we come towards moment of inertia. Like in mechanics, whatever part is played by mass representing inertia, similarly in the rotational motion, the moment of inertia is giving the same idea, or moment of inertia is considered as compared to mass. So in the linear motion, mass is basically inertia, and in the angular motion, or in the rotational motion, moment of inertia, that is I, plays the same part as that m in the linear motion. Now we know that a rigid body possesses translational as well as rotational motion. So we know that rigid body possesses rotation as well as translation. Particles of the body move along parallel line in translational motion, while in rotational motion, the particles move along a circular path with a common center. Center will not change. So moment of inertia will be I omega square, or moment of inertia, that is I, that is equal to mr square. So next, now we are explaining moment of inertia in terms of position vectors. So we can go through that joining figure. X, Y, and Z. These are the three axes, or we can say lattices, on which the particles are placed. All the dotted dark circles are indicating the particles. Their masses are being given, that is m1, m2, m3, and their radii of rotation over the axis, that is z-axis, that is what given as r1, r2, r3, and the velocities linear are indicated by v1, v2, v3, etc. So we can now explain this concept in terms of position coordinates, or the moment of inertia. The common center comprises of a straight path, which is called an axis of rotation. The axis of rotation may lie within the body or outside the body. So axis of rotation means outside or within. The kinetic energy of rotation of body is the energy possessed by body on account of its rotation. So, like in linear motion, the body has energy, that is kinetic and potential energy. Similarly, in rotation also, the body is having some energy about a given axis. Now we consider a rigid body as shown in the figure, rotating in xy plane about z-axis with uniform angular velocity omega. Well, omega can be replaced by either 2 pi over t or 2 pi n, or angular velocity omega is v over r, where v is the linear velocity and r is the radius of rotation. Now again, we have to go through the diagram, and we have to give the values of velocity. So velocity can be estimated by r omega, or omega is v over r. So if you wanted to write v1, it should be r1 omega, v2 will be r2 omega, and v3 will be r3 omega. So if body consists of many particles like m1, m2, m3, etc., and perpendicular distances are r1, r2, and r3 respectively from the axis of rotation, all the particles take same time to complete one rotation about the axis. Therefore, angular velocity is same for all, and that is given by formula. Angular velocity, that is omega is v over r, or v is equal to r omega. So we can write like this, that v1 is r1 omega, where v1 is the linear velocity and omega is the that is rotational or the angular velocity. So v1 is taken as r1 omega, v2 is taken as r2 omega, and v3 is taken as r3 omega. Now, if we wanted to estimate kinetic energy of a particle whose mass is m1, then kinetic energy is calculated by half mv square. So we have written half m1 v1 square, and that will be equal to half m1. And for v1, we will replace r1 omega square. The net expression will become half m1 r1 square omega square. Similarly, the kinetic energy of the other particles of the body will be half m2 r2 square omega square, half m3 r3 square omega square. Omega is not changing, but the masses are changing and the radii of rotation are changing. Omega remains the same and omega will be V over R. So wherever we wanted to replace omega, it will be V square over R square. Now, therefore, total kinetic energy of rotation of the body. Total means that is, we will take half m1 r1 square omega square, adding to it half m2 r2 square omega square plus half m3 r3 square omega square. And now we will take out the common factor. The common factor will be omega square. So we can write an expression half m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square plus m3 r3 square, and omega is taken out common from all the numbers, omega square. Now, kinetic energy will become half I omega square. Now, we have written half as it is, omega square also written as it is, but I is equal to mr square. So, when we write moment of inertia, so it should not be taken as simply mass, that is for the linear velocities. But now it is a case of rotation. So, moment of inertia is taken as I, and I must be taken as mr square. So, in all the cases we have taken m1 r1 square, m2 r2 square, m3 r3 square, and so on. Now, it is called moment of inertia of the body about the given axis of rotation. So, what is the definition now? We define moment of inertia of a body about a given axis as the sum of the products of the masses of all particles of the body and the squares of their respective perpendicular distances from the axis of rotation. Its mathematical form is indicated earlier. Now, the value of I depends upon, that is, we are covering dependency of I, that is the moment of inertia. So, number one, it is depending upon the position of the axis of rotation, the orientation, that is the angle at which the body is inclined. So, orientation of the axis of rotation, then it is shape of the body, that matters a lot. Shape can be triangular, shape can be in the form of a polygon, octagonal, various types of shape of the body, because then axis of rotation goes on changing. And fourth is the distribution of mass of the body about the axis of rotation. Now, when a body is rotating in xy plane, and r can be expressed as r square is equal to x square plus y square, and the moment of inertia will be summation of m. Sigma stands for summation. Summation of m into x square plus y square. Or we can say I is equal to sigma m, and for x square plus y square, we can put r square. So our net expression will be I is equal to sigma m into x square plus y square, or it can be written as I is equal to sigma m r square. So also we know that kinetic energy is half I omega square. Omega square can be written as V square over R square, and I can be taken as, that is, moment of inertia, mr square. Whatever terms are to be cancelled, we cancel them and we get a net expression for the kinetic energy. Therefore, moment of inertia of a body about a given axis is equal to twice the kinetic energy of rotation of body rotating with the unit angular velocity about the given axis. Basically, this definition is consistent to half I omega square.